Okay, chat. This is a build-around deck submission to try and pair Smiles at Death and Extraction Specialist along with Archfiend's Vessel here to make some demons. So we've got kind of a Mardu human shell, so we've got a bunch of things that we don't mind bringing back with either of these in addition to Vessel. And then we've got Thalia's Lieutenant as well as General and Judith here to kind of pump up the jam. We are a base white deck that's largely playing all of these different color humans off of 4 Secluded Courtyard and Unclaimed Territory, along with a smattering of dual lands. So let's pop it into some matches of Explorer here and see how this goes. Bum, 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 bum. Mill was better than expected, but still probably not very good. That's fine. If you like the idea of Mill, that shell seems like a good place to work from. We had a lot of close, good games in the set that we played. Man, them queue times, though. I thought it was just yesterday because we were over the weekend, but the queue times in general have just been high lately. We're like Magic Online in every single way now, chat. There's no meaningful audio. We get buggier every release. Time is a flat circle. Yeah, basically. My best of one queues are faster. You don't fucking say the queue times in the format where people get back into the queue more frequently are good. Please tell me more about the thing you think is weird. I'm listening. Tell me how strange you think this is and why. No joke, I would wager that the reason why we don't see most other digital card games implement best of 3 formats is because they make queue times longer. Having your players removed from the queue for more extended periods to play longer matches means queue times go up for everyone. Yeah, total matches played go down. Our deck is slow and bad, doo-dah, doo-dah. Thank you for banning Winota, oh, the doo-dah day. Do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Oh wait, if we could draw an untapped land here, we get $10 vote. What a tease, chat. What a tease. Had the main deck graveyard hate. Mulligan to 5, miss our third line drop. Feels Magic the Gathering, man. Feels Magic the Gathering, man. Heartfire was an answer. It deals 2. Oh, it was bigger. It was bigger. You're right. You're right. We had a shot there. We messed it up. Good shout out. Good shout out. This did 2 in my brain. Okay, so am I supposed to leave that in then? Because we could make it bigger? Yeah, maybe. This is probably too slow. Well, maybe the vessel aspect is too slow, actually. And we're getting some Fateful Absences. Let's do this. Man, I didn't even think about, in my brain we could never trigger Prowess, which is true. But the fact that we have other ways to pump Heartfire, maybe we do just want 4 Heartfire. Maybe Beck is super right. I wasn't thinking about that as an answer to Rat. That wasn't a shortcut I had put in my brain. But it kinda seems great, huh? I might be in for 4 Heartfires after this chip. I'm a blind squirrel. That's true. Given the right circumstances, Kudro is also an answer. Okay, we have a hearse here, so like, we got a shot. Alright, still running good, shit. Oh, you can crew it in response. That's cute. That's cute. Noted for the future. I don't think I want to hold up sacrifice 2 humans to kill the rat here. I think I'm just doing this and attacking them. Alright, so our deck probably won this match, but I am bad, so we're probably not going to. Ooh, they bricked. Our deck is confident, chat. It wants us to win real bad. Alright. Let's win game 3, and then let's put some Heartfires into our deck. Some more Heartfire Emmulators into our deck. Never underestimate how bad Witherbloom Command is. Hey, Shuffler Truther, thank you for the 30 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Did we win through Parahelion there? Maybe? Yeah, we have a ton of ways to give this an extra power. Yeah, I think this sounds really good shit. The more I look at this card and the rest of our deck, the more I'm like, yes, I would like that, please. You. Okay, hold on one. I will be out in just a couple of minutes, okay? Do you need me right now?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, Jit. I gotta check in on Jake real quick. What's up, bud? He came in here, acted like he had some kind of emergency that needed addressing, and his phone's not working at the moment. So he'll survive. What's going on, Faith Princess? Thanks to 11 months. Welcome back. And Sporadic Penguin, thanks for the 3 years. Appreciate it. So, we'd really love to draw an untapped land here, huh? Land, but we have an indestructible Judy. Attempt to double block here and see what they do. This is, we could end up losing to... Oh, Dauntless kills on its own because of the Judy ping. Yeah, that's a good call. I forgot. I'm so used to Mayhem Devil. I forgot this was, just a dice trigger, right? Ty's taking creatures and vehicles out of their bin. Hands are overrated shit. Do they want to push some damage? They do not. I feel like them no attacking's there is pretty big for us. Oh, I should have activated my hearse to make it larger. I was so excited by them not attacking. I crew the hearse and block this way. Think I need to kill this. It's a little scary to potentially put a boat in their bin, though. Also, just like, don't want to get got by a boat getting put in there, though. Well, I think we just have double Judy indestructibility now. Creatures in here currently. I did melt through a bunch of lands, though, which is beneficial for them. So, with Heartfire here and Judy indestructible, I think we just start pumping up the Heartfire, right? Just like sit and chill here for a little bit. They do find a rat, we're gonna have to kill it twice. Oh, General's Enforcer we can also just leave up too, right? Yeah, that's true. Huh. I guess we just start doing that, huh? I didn't attack with Indestructible Judith last turn because I wanted to have something back that could block Rafine's Informant profitably, and it's a 3-2. My life total's kind of low here, chat. Yeah, our cards have a ton of incidental graveyard hit on them, which is gonna guess. And now they go to Can't Stay Away the Stitcher Supplier, and we get to General's Enforcer it. The old mousing over General's Enforcer to see its alt text. I think we're probably just good to go at this point, right? Yeah, Heartfire just seems absurd. Shout out to Beck again for that suggestion. We're gonna get some more of those into here. Certainly. Okay, they're actually just dead to this now, right? Oh, this only does it to creature or planeswalker. That's sad. I was thinking we could hit their face with it, but... Not sure how aggressive I want to be here, really. This could be a math is for blockers type situation, but I think I'm just going to keep taking it slow. Between the Heartfires and the Enforcer, they're just locked out here. If anybody says they counted it all up and attacking was lethal, I believe you, but I also don't think it's possible for us to lose just doing this, so chill for the time being. Whatever audio loop this is currently is real creepy. Alright, I want to go up to 4 Heartfires, because that is good there, and it's probably good in other spots too. Alright, what do I want to cut to make that happen? Are the Charming Princes just too cute? I don't know, Blinking Lieutenant is pretty good. Yeah, and Prince is really good with Extraction Specialist, chat. I feel like not playing a couple has got to be wrong. $62, stop it. 23 lands is probably right. We can trim bodyguards. I'll trim a couple of bodyguards. They're asking a bunch of questions about Nexus events. I assume they're trying to figure out which parts people liked and disliked, Marty. And maybe it's all of it. Maybe there was nothing good there. I'm not sure that there was anything good there. Release them on the play here. Yes, the fact that like this dodges a bunch of like their counter spells and Mausoleum Wanderer is a big deal. Oh gosh, and we get to play the old general next turn. Oh general, my general. Yeah, they seem to overvalue what people think of avatars in general, Hyde. They seem to think avatars are super valuable to people in terms of rewards, and I think they're actually like a booster level reward. They're pretty meaningless. Mostly because you can only use one avatar at a time. So it's not like having multiple cool ones is useful. Yeah, I mean, getting one of them is cool, but they have, like, really high diminishing returns, right? I don't really care that they're cropped images of cards, D-Beard. The unique or cropped images of cards are all the same to me. Personally, at least. Alright, looks like they're gonna leave some creatures back to get to Diddlin here. Enforcer just has so much text on it, shit. Really? I was expecting them to diddle someone. Are they like jump blocking with Wonder? Or maybe they're like flashing in rattle chains and blocking with it? Or we're trading Ascendant Spirit for my Immolator. Sure. That's good for us. Like, we trade tempo positive here because we're trading... Sure. We're trading 2 mana for 3 mana, and we're ahead in the race. Yes, the mono blue archetype is really bad against decks that play to the board early and often. And we had a 1-drop on the play, so easily a worst case scenario for their deck. We'll probably have a bit harder time on the draw in game 2, but we'll also be on the play for game 3, which is great. On the play for game 3, the Magic the Gathering experience. So, whoa. They didn't tap again. They just want to trade for the bodyguard? Or a trade jump? I guess they couldn't tap, right? If they tap, they die. That's fair. Counting all that jazz. Like, they trade, they jump, they go to 3, we draw Wellspring. They're out of cards. Bum 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 bum. I mean, Shackle guys can't block, so attack for the lethals. We're not dead yet. The moose is loose, chat. Scale of 1 to dead. What are we working with here, opponent? dead side of the scale. Got it? So our whole grindy package is just bad here, right? Like, they're not really... I guess they, like, counterspell our thing sometimes, but they're not counterspelling this. Maybe Extraction Specialist is worth leaving in for the lifelink. Is that it? But yeah, both Vessel and Smiles at Death seem bad, right? I guess Vessel lifelinks? Is that worth leaving in? A lifelinking 1-drop that we can make bigger in a couple of ways is probably passable. We trim some of these 3s up here. Let's do that. Pengu Power, thanks for closing in on 3 years. Appreciate the 34 months. Welcome back. Thanks everybody hanging out today. I've seen some folks using the London command in chat, but just was on a surprise for any of the regulars. 1 week from today, I'll be getting on a plane to head to London for a week to be a part of the Pokemon Unite World Championships broadcast. So we will not have streams from the 16th through the 21st, but I will be live as a part of the official Pokemon Unite coverage on the 19th and the 20th. Check that out. Make sure you give that channel a follow. It'll be a little bit early for US people, though. I think we start at like 9 a.m. London time, which is like 3 a.m. Central. Yeah, 6-hour time differential. Being on the play is busted shit. This is the part where they play a lord and then we die, right? Okay, so I can Thalia's Lieutenant, attack for 3, and then we could Heartfire Immolator the Supreme Phantom, but I still don't quite envision us winning this race. Oh, I should do this on their turn to play around, slip out the back. Fading Hope's also not great for us. Yeah, Magic the Gathering, I think, has probably the worst play draw variance of any card game I've ever played. And I've played a lot of them at this point. There's a very large delta between going first and going second. That's one of the things that both Snap and Runeterra do in a really interesting manner, where both players are always playing, basically. We mulligan, no 2-drop. This isn't great, but I think it's in the range of keepable on 6. Yu-Gi-Oh's not one that I've played, actually. Runeterra's last patch had a 50.39% versus 49.59% play versus draw. Yeah, Runeterra is actually better play draw balance than chess. It's insane. Actually insane. For people that haven't played Runeterra, there's 2 reasons in their core rules why their play draw balance is so good. The first is that there are some decks that actively want to go second, the way attacking on evens versus attacking on odds works. And the second is that both players basically start their turn every single turn in Runeterra. You basically untap and draw a card every single turn. And the thing that differentiates your turn versus their turn is who's taking the turn to attack. And then Snap obviously is simultaneous turn, so it's a whole different beast. Do I Brutal Cathar the Supreme Phantom, or do I attack and try and get to Extraction Specialist back the Vessel? I think I just want to take the opportunity to take their Lord off the table. So, Spell Mana in Runeterra doesn't really help fix play draw variance so much as Spell Mana in Runeterra helps fix curve variance. Which is to say, games like Magic and Hearthstone that don't have something like Spell Mana, you often get punished for not spending your resources efficiently every turn in the early turns. And Runeterra letting you carry those early turns mana across to later turns does a good job of mitigating that curve variance. Yeah, Demon's not amazing in Defeating Hope either. It's a good show. I mean, 6+ drop creatures are largely terrible at Magic too, so... Expensive bad cards are expensive and bad in most games. Blocks. And then we just get to get Aspirant, pump it up on one of these fiends. Does play draw variance impact games with larger deck sizes more? Not really. I put a counter on here so I could get in for 2 lifelink this turn. Next turn, we'll put a counter on a vessel. Because the thing you have to remember, like, Runeterra has 40 card decks, but it also has a 3 card limit, whereas Magic is 60 with a 4 card limit. So when you have a bigger deck, but you have more copies per card, you're like really extremes on how you can swing is something, but the average case scenario is very similar. You have some more outliers with larger decks and more cards, but does WotC ever publish play draw stats? I believe that's data that they hide. Legitimate business person has gone into witness protection ship. Oof. That does get the Fading Hope out of their hand in the event that they block one of our Archfiend vessels, though. I guess they have the Shackle guys still. I'm going to make a 5/5. Have lifelink here as well. The opponent is out of cards in their hand and they scribe bottom. Oh, if I got rid of the Lord again, the spirits would die. Yeah, maybe that's better. Yeah, you're right. That's better. I didn't think about that. They didn't think about that either, obviously, since they were the ones that bounced into my hand, but... Oh, it would have only killed the Ascended Spirit, though, right? Because the Wanderer was +1/+1? Maybe that's not worth it. I don't know. Stewing on it more, I don't know how I feel about that. The shackle guys probably mean I'm in trouble, right? So I pretty thoroughly control my board here. He did a little. Yeah, maybe it was worth killing the Ascended Spirit on the previous turn. Probably the case. Lifelink a little bit here, at least. Okay, we take those. I feel like trading with that when they can make it bigger next turn seems not great. Passed over my demon and then my Cathar. Do they draw Fading Hope? Big we drew Fading Hope energy and their current game board looks. Or Borrower. Yeah, either way, whatever bounce spell this is not good for the home team. I assume they're concluding they can bounce Brutal Cathar and just race the demon. Come on, bud. Oh, mono blue players, chat. Mono blue players. Okay. That might have been one of the better draws in our deck, honestly. There it is. There he is, player in disguise. Certainly feels like an Exor. Thanks for the 10 months. We're dead on board, right? Take exactly 4. The only thing that possibly makes those matches more frustrating is the fact that you have to play them in stark flipping silence, because Magic Arena is a smoldering dumpster fire that's held together by duct tape and bubblegum. Yeah, the opponent on 4 lands all gas definitely was pretty good for them. Duct tape is probably too good for Arena. It's likely Scotch tape. That's almost assuredly true. The eerie silence while we sit in the queue. Gonna step out to the store to pick up a new roll of Turing tape for my legacy systems. God bless. Is that an explorer problem or a mythic problem? I don't know. Maybe both. Probably a best of 3 problem too. Most of the people that play Magic Arena are playing best of 1. It's broken for everything, sporadic. It's so much quicker, but definitely less fulfilling. That's probably something chat's heard quite frequently. Let's go ahead and play Judith out here. Attack their Narset for 3.
I have reached my limit.
Culminate, probably an ultimatum deck. What's going on, Huck Bear? Thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. Alright, shit. My Judith is currently indestructible, so my body is ready to be Shadow's Verdicted next turn. Let's check their Foretold card. Epiphany, yeah, so definitely Ultimatum. Acquisitions, Expert matchup. Illuminator's probably not very good. Click submit. It's definitely a run them down angle, chat. Oh, that was the wrong land to play on one, right? We have Cave of the Frost Dragon hiding over here. I need a black source on 2 for these, or to play this tap. It's probably fine. We'll go tap land 2-drop on 3. It's fine. She's just a high variance card. She's good, she's great. When she's bad, she's mediocre. Yeah, the default humans decks in this format are green-white or Abzan, typically speaking. Have any meaningful interaction for a matchup like this. Mostly just like putting our Durkos in play and racing. They play Collected Company. Sometimes they splash Tireless Tracker. There's the green werewolf card the green humans decks play, because it's technically a human as well, because it doesn't transform. The pack leader or whatever it's called. Oh yeah, Catilda sees play too is a good call out. Six mana. Is there a Wrath before your ultimatum, or are you dead? Yeah, this is a human version of Ravenous Rats. We're not getting party. Alright, they go to 9 or 8 and then they die. Just so they can have Fatal Push. Nope, just dead. Alright. Ah, yeah, and then the full audio cut out as the game ends. Good stuff. Good stuff. General's Enforcer has been pretty gas with all of our legendary creatures. Does Sigarda see play outside of Standard? Does Sigarda see play in Standard? What are lands, baby? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. These, I think. I have a real solid curve here. I think the emblem system for customizing characters in Pokemon Unite is really sweet from a customizing your character perspective. I think it's super rancid from a how you acquire them perspective. And I'm honestly kind of surprised that there hasn't been more pushback on how they work. Or how the acquisition is. Yeah, and the interface on it is awful. They need to give you way more than 3 slots, and the how you build them needs to be way smoother for sure. My body is ready for my Archfiend to get exiled and be sad. Humans needs Rider. What's Rider? It's not a card name I'm familiar with. Oh, Mantis Rider. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, now you're speaking my language. Yeah, our opponent trying to win the race when we have a 3/3 lifelinker is definitely a choice. I guess this would have been smaller. I think I'm just going to spread my power out evenly here. I could go in on the lifelinker more, but this is the card they already want to exile if they draw a land, so I just want to make everything else bigger. Well, to be fair, Mantis Rider couldn't have been in the historic anthology, right? So cards that are Pioneer legal were explicitly not part of the historic anthology. So Mantis Rider is technically not one that could have been in there. Opponent, unfortunately for them, stuck on lands there. You're able to kind of tempo them into the ground. I keep trimming her, but we also just like keep playing into people who are just like a bunch of exile effects, which really makes her seem not great. They also have bigger things that can block her profitably inside of combat. This just being a 1-power lifelinker thing that we can power up was really good that game, though. More than an absence in the Brutal Cathars, I think, here. Keep the rest. I think it's way less nefarious than that, Dean Suffy. I think someone at Wizards of the Coast wanted artifact lands in an upcoming cube, so they put them in a historic anthology as a way to justify putting them onto the platform. I don't think there was anything malicious or crazy there. I think they just, like, wanted them, and then they disappointed everybody with putting them in an anthology. They're definitely something that should have been in, like, a jumpstart style release. Them having Catilda on the play here is going to let them flood the board rather quickly. Yeah, I agree with that, J-Ray. The biggest problem was that they sold it as, like, this normal anthology thing, when it should have been pitched as a, as something different. I'm gonna play Judith out here, so that way Heartfire Emulator could potentially shoot 2 things next turn. They play another X1 out. It's pretty on par, though. You basically overpaid for Tarmogoyf. LOL. So these come back when this dies, and theirs comes back bigger. It's neat. So this Heartfire Immolator is about to be great, right? And them exiling it doesn't even matter. Look at that auto tapper, chat. What a quality piece of software. I think I need to kill this before she can start pumping, right? I kind of want to draw an untapped land next turn. Because now I get to do this, and then I get to bring back Heartfire, sack Heartfire, bring back Heartfire again with Charming Prince, Blinking Extraction Specialist. I'll start by attacking with Judith and see what they do. So the way this works, it would go active player, non-active player. So when Judith and their thing enter simultaneously, their thing will go on the stack first, but I think that's fine, right? And I can't target this because this trigger is going to happen to put 2/1/1 counters on it, right? So I just send these to their dome. And then we'll Charming Prince, blink the Extraction Specialist, grab our Heartfire Emulator back again here. Yeah, Heartfire's been really, really good. They're getting priority here. They could have a company. I think we just chill for the time being. Because we technically have a Kudro and a Heartfire activation here. All right, chat. We have asserted our dominance as the superior humans build here. Yeah, the Heartfire extraction. Heartfire extraction, Judy. All that going on seems good. I mean, the core of our deck is just like the good. The core of our deck is just, the core of our deck is just like the good white human aggro, right? And we just like got this other little thing going on. It is a big shame that this can't dump them. Gaze upon my 2-drops, opponent. I think rather than play into their stomp this turn with Judith, I'm gonna go Archfiend's Vessel into Lieutenant here. Try and get their stomp out on something else. And then if they cast Bone Crusher Giant here, we play Judith and attack with 2/3 power things into it. That's great. This card, we haven't made a lot of demons, but just like this card having lifelink has been very fine as a 1-drop. A lot of racing going on in this format right now. They have another fatal push here or not. They're earning priority, but they have a blood token. They do have another push. I mean, even if they take this hit, right? Like, we're going up to 22 either way here. And now any extraction specialist we draw is, like, off the charts. I guess we kind of have to worry about the reflection here for a little bit. Anything other than a tapped land is nice here. Lovely. I have a lot of good draws, so I think we're going to scry here and just try and find our way to them. What order do I want those in? Think it's like that? What's going on, Snooty Doobie? Thank you for the 26 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. I assume this attack is them just needing mana. Have like a Chandra or a Sorin here or something. Really? What is that attack? Oh, they needed it for Croxa. Got it. Didn't have second red. Now, noteworthy here, they can't escape. They can't reflection their Croxa. Something to note. Grab back the vessel. Make the demon a 6/6. We'll pass the turn. I think I take the block on this while the blocking is good. We only have one more Charming Prince in our deck to make that better. Maybe I don't put the counter there. Just because, this is going to kill them in 2 regardless. And then we'll kill Reflection during our main phase, so that way they can't copy a Bone Crusher for next turn. I guess putting them to 1 is more appealing in the face of Castle, though. It had killed them if they didn't block. No, this doesn't go to the face, what we've been talking about. How do we board here? If we didn't block. I don't know. I don't think Cathar is good enough here. This might just be like a click submit angle, huh? Like, our board's kind of reactive, and I think we're the beatdown here, right? And we have, like, a scotch of interaction in our main deck between General and Heartfire. Cathar's good against Fable. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yes, that's true. It's not terrible against Crocs either. I trim Charming Prince. I feel like a lot of the time we're not going to have things in play to blink, and if we do have things in play to blink, we're probably doing okay. As you will, opponent. They really don't like our enforcers, Chip. We have not activated Alesha yet. I think we cast her once. There's a good chance she's just not a constructed playable card yet. Vessel and Extraction Specialist has been reasonable, but this card's a lot of effort to set up. Play your Fable. Do it. Excuse me? What? When you're really mad about Extraction Specialist against the aggro deck, huh? I can't fathom boarding in Mind Rot against 1-drop aggro. I guess we can never beat Kalitas, huh? So we're just dead, it doesn't matter how they sideboarded? We need to bring in Fateful Absence for this. I mean, I guess if they don't have removal spells, we just go wide around them here. Any sort of removal and we just get rinsed off here, but for the time being, we're kind of chilling. Excuse me? Nah, I can have a Doomblade here. So they have to block these, and they're indestructible? Enforcer's been really good. Like, unreasonably so. That is sweet, sweet justice, chat. They left Thoughtseize in against me, and they boarded in Mind Rot. Good God. If they'd have had real cards in their deck there, all of our creatures were lethal. You know Kalitas has lifelink, right? I assume we don't based on this suggestion. They'd have blocked one of my 2/2s that have gone to 5, that have killed my 2/2 that have made a zombie that have gone to 1. Thoughtseize takes magic cards, and correct me if I'm wrong, you have magic cards. Excellent. And for those of you at home, for the sake of being constructive, if that opponent happens to happen across that game after the fact, against a deck like what we're playing, you just want as many of your cards as possible to play to the board. While casting Thoughtseize early feels okay, and catching 2 cards if you get it early on exactly 3 with the Mind Rot is okay, you really just want all of your removal spells. And if your deck is constructed in a manner that you have to leave Thoughtseize and Mind Rot in against my human aggro deck, that means your deck's not built right, and you should reassess what your sideboard looks like. Untapped red source. Untapped red source. Untapped red source. Rats. Alright, so we're probably dead. If we'd have hit untapped red, we would have been able to put a counter on Heartfire to kill the rat, but I'm really glad they banned Winota chat. Unassailable board states before turn 4 no longer happen because they banned Winota and saved us from them. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for managing your formats in a way that really makes sense and helps out your player base. Yeah, I think Thoughtseize is somewhat defendable against aggro if you're really low on slots and you think you need them for other matchups, but Go Blank definitely should not be in your deck against the 1-drop aggro deck. Yeah, but I mean, like, even their Planeswalkers are pretty okay into our style of deck, right? Like, both Chandra and Sorin are, like, fine against aggro. Yeah, I want to play a creature out before we put the hearse out. Just want to get pressure into play before we start disrupting them. And same thing here with the tapped land. I'm just going to go ahead and play my general to be resource efficient, and then we can play these two on 4 next turn. Let's open on Enforcer here. I actually disagree with that, Slimunzi. I think breaking up a curve or taking a key card that's unique out of their hand is much better with Thoughtseize than Go Blank. Also, your Thoughtseize is less likely to fully brick off than Go Blank is. Sleepy Dog, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. It's going pretty well. All right, chat, we messed this up earlier, but now we're going to teach our opponent why their card's not that good. So if we crew this, it's no longer a valid target for Witherbloom command. Non-creature? No, I'm driving this car currently. It's a creature. Driving in my car, beep beep. Hope no one wrecks into me. Yes, just remember to exile your stuff first, or you won't be particularly happy. Exile their can't stay away. I'm fine with this trade here. I could have been right to Fateful Absence their Darko there. Dies, exiling their vehicles and creatures. I'm just gonna kill this for the sake of pressuring damage here. This technically gives them a window to kill this with Witherbloom command, but I think that's right. Just want to close this game out. Rack, sure. Oh, whoa, whoa. Because even if they somehow, like, kill this and, like, put a boat in their bin and, like, put a rat into play, Heartfire Immolator takes care of that still. Good one. This triggers prowess, right? So I can smash with this now? The Nightshade Lemon, thanks for 11 months, by the way. Welcome back. Appreciate you keeping me around so I can be here consistently. Speaking of consistency, chat, I was live yesterday, and I'm planning to be live this Saturday to put in some extra hours before I leave for London, but I will be off Wednesday. We're supposed to have decent weather. We're going to take the kids to the pool one more time before school starts. Swinging with the general will be free since we have another one in hand. I mean, it's not free. It would use up my resource of the general in my hand. Grab these two out of here. Okay, cute. My 5/5. The moose is on the loose, chat. I'll let them target their vehicle. Then the hearse will go to work. I prioritize taking their utility land out of their bin here, so that way future Witherblooms can't pick it back up. Let's try and kill them in two in the air, right? Hey. Happy with how we sideboarded. Run it back. Slow and steady win, Magus. Glad to see our trickle-down economy working well. This on one, so we can vessel. We don't have any interaction in this hand, so we're going to be a little bit soft to a quick linear draw from our opponent. I'm going to Aspirant here, and then I'm going to put the Aspirant counter on itself, because I don't want Aspirant to die to Witherbloom command next turn. So obviously pushes a little bit less damage here, but it's looking like it's not really going to matter. Not a Perihelion, so maybe we have a shot here. Thanks for the 49, Roth. Welcome back. Yeah, Grizzly Salvage, literally just giving you the entire combo is quite something. They're debating if they want to attack and put the vessel in the bin. Because dealing 3 here is adoptional. That's funny. See if they have a way to get a bigger boat into the bin here. Yeah. Yep. That'll do, pig. I don't think we're going to grind through this at this point. The way Wizards manages their formats, it would be really funny if it wasn't just sad and depressing the way they constantly repeat history. For anybody that's new to the chat, just so my position is crystal clear, I don't think banning Winota was wrong, but I do think banning Winota and then leaving Greasefang in the format is really obnoxiously stupid, especially when you read the specifics of why they banned Winota. Like, if you decide Winota is not the types of play patterns you want in Explorer and Pioneer, that's great. I'm super for that. But, like, actually execute on making sure that those aren't play patterns in the format. Don't just get rid of one thing and then leave lots of other examples of those same play patterns to get people. Greasefang played in Pioneer, yeah. Yeah, the first Greasefang deck list we played in Explorer came from like a 6-0 Pioneer tournament. I'd also like the record to reflect the person that said Greasefang is played to a lesser extent. We don't have metrics on what things are played at in paper boomer formats like Pioneer, chat. You don't know that there's more or less commonly played because we don't have stats on that. You have top 8 deck lists, sometimes top 32 if we ask nicely, but top 8 and top 32 doesn't actually tell us. I think we lead on Extraction Specialist to try and bait removal before we do this. Doesn't actually tell us what the starting distribution of decks in the format actually is. When people talk about play rates and stuff like that, you need to understand that a lot of it is people just making up bullshit. There aren't any actual numbers that they're basing it off of. Maybe I'm supposed to bodyguard the Smiles at Death, actually, huh? The Extraction Specialist traded with the Graveyard Trespasser. That's probably fine for us. Okay. So I can pay red and kill this. And then we can attack with these and bring back the Heartfire Immolator. Oh, but I guess I don't actually have a mana to use this, right? Which is sad. Am I saving this? Yes. Yes. Auto tapper got us. There wasn't any auto tapper there. I couldn't tap differently, chat. Yeah, Unclaimed. This isn't the other one. The other one lets you have wiggle room. Yeah, if this had been a courtyard, we could have tapped differently, or we could have used it to sack, but we cannot here. Block. They could have a removal spell for Alesha here, but if they don't, we get a 5/5. Oh, she didn't die. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Do 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 do. Maybe they have Fatal Push for the demon? Maybe? Courtyard is activated, not triggered. It says abilities, right? Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell or activate. No, it is activated. Or activate an ability. Okay. Fatal Push gets us again, Chip. If we draw a land next turn, we probably just Eiganjo the Graveyard Glutton when we attack. It's doable in paper, dude. Yes, would work for Heartfire, but not Alesha, is correct. Keep boost for later. Opponent does have a lot of resources left here, and we do not. They've got this Fable the Mirror Breaker. They've got 2 creature lands. I guess we have Alesha and a Moose. Eating my Specialist doesn't really do anything here. I don't have a way to bring that back, so it's whatever. Honestly, I think we just attack for 6 here, right? Leave him dead to the creature land. Okay, so dead side of the scale. They're gonna draw towards a Fatal Push. YOLO Swaggins. Survey says. God damn it. Oh, magic. Like their 3rd Fatal Push too, right? 2nd. What's up, my dude?
So, and you had Penny in the very corner, and it had D like that. That means it sold for $8 million.
I don't think there's any pennies that sell for $1 million, but you need to not believe everything you hear on the internet.
Okay.
Okay. Going on, more text. Thanks for the 38 months. Judith is lethal since they drew. That's not strictly true, right? They can block. Who would do that? Go on the internet and lie? What kind of horrible monster are they? Most expensive penny ever sold was for 1.7 million. God bless. Now with 3 creatures in play, Tutti Frutti Judy is looking pretty good. We'll see if the life we gain from Extraction Specialist give us enough time to draw out of this, but we're definitely behind at this point, despite the life total differential. Do I block with Lieutenant here so we could Alesha it back? I think so. Hey, thanks for the tier 3 and for the 38 months, Reagan. Welcome back. Yeah, I mean, I could first strike it, but I think I want the Lieutenant to go to the bin, right? I mean, they're gonna have a sack for Fatal Push end of turn anyways, so if they have Fatal Push, like I can't play around the Fatal Push, chat. That's not a play we can make. Yeah, I don't have a great attack with only 5 power here. We needed to draw something else to bump it up. This game is slipping away. Red Black is grinding us into the dust. Where is Judith? She's our only hope to win the game. I am blocking. Do 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 do. Yeah, we have one shot to draw Judy here. Yeah, we had you like 6 turns ago, bud. Fortunately dead to the reflection loop. Prince and Bodyguard out is what we did last time, and we brought in the Brutal Cathars. I think I like that still. It gives Alesha indestructible. We could have attacked and we were literally dead on board, chat. We were literally dead on board. They were going to get a 2/2 for every untapped land they controlled during our end step. That was going to get to attack me on the following turn. What's going on, Cavecore? Thanks for the 40 months. Appreciate you hanging out for almost 3.5 years. Welcome back. So, with Mr. Kudro here, to make this a 4/4 and attack. Oh, shit. Enjoy some Magic Arena sounds in the background, courtesy of Cube April queuing them up for us. This is a random music file dug out of the Magic Arena data. So it almost feels on theme. Almost. Not quite, but almost. I think we're just double 2-dropping, right? I think I want to Aspirant first, so that way this gets bigger from the Lieutenant. So, something's dying this turn. The question is, what? It's probably the general, right? It's probably like, ditch this Fatal Push, or we can see a Heartless Act here before counters go across things. Okay. And then I think I want to just spread the love out here. This is big enough to attack past the Blood Tithe Harvester already, so just make the rest of these big enough so that way they can all be attacking past it. Yep. You have made a legal play, opponent. You have made a legal play. Is there a link to download it? No. April sent me a 700 megabyte zip file download link from her private thing, so I'm not sharing that around. So, great. He does, which is weird, Hyde. I agree. It's a strange interaction. I'm going to play some more Lockjaw today to start in Marvel Snap. I had fun with that deck yesterday. We'll get to play it without dealing with the stupid featured location. I assume this is dead, but it's got to kind of start working through the removal. If they Fable, we will Brutal Cathar. If they don't Fable, we will General. There shouldn't be a featured location currently. Yesterday it was the one that made snakes. Whatever those 1/1s are. Raptors. Yeah, I agree, Pierogi. I think their featured location system in general is kind of medium. Hopefully they rethink that. It should just be a different queue. That's like literally my only complaint about the game at the moment. Seems like they're going to be like, it sounds like they're giving us a Hellcow balance patch tonight too, which I didn't even think was that big of a deal. So if they're going to be regularly giving us balance patches too, like there's a lot to like there. Imagine playing a card game where they actually balance their stuff consistently. That would be weird. I wouldn't know what to do with my hands, chat. How long can our opponent brick on red mana while we flood out? That's the question. Make a better percentage of Twitch subs or YouTube memberships. It's identical. For someone of my size, it's identical. For smaller streamers, they'll get a better percentage off of YouTube, but I have what's considered the premium Twitch contract, which means I get 70% of my subscriber revenue here. By default, Twitch only gives people 50. I'm an old man by Twitch standards. We've been here a while. Yeah, Prime obviously doesn't exist on YouTube, but I actually also get more money for Prime than newer streamers do. I also get $3.50 for Prime subs. Feeling kind of dead shit. They have a Doomblade for Wellspring, I assume we're done here. The Moose is no longer loose yet. He's been recaged and put away. Some of these audio files I don't think I've heard in the game before. Like, what is this from? Is this like for an unreleased game board? Maybe I've heard bits and pieces. That bit of strings sounds familiar. Hey, Jace, thanks for the sub gifty. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, I've definitely heard that bit before. Could be one of the videos. I want your audio file to just play a random Jeffrey voice line so bad. I've got them sorted by file size. I'm just like working my way down the list. So I'm sure there'll be some weird ones in here eventually, but most of these ones at the top seem to be like 7-minute music files. Put it on shuffle. Oh, I don't know about that one. Let us know when you get to the file that reveals the Shuffler conspiracy. Yeah. We get to go Cave, into Territory, General, into Vantage, Smile at Death. I will say, after this month, chat, I think next month, if it looks like we're in danger of getting to Mythic early, I'm just gonna, like, log on while I'm not streaming and just, like, concede 40 matches in a row to get back to the bottom of Diamond 4. Getting to Mythic quickly for sake of opponent and deck variety was definitely a huge mistake. Feel like we made some big papa punts by letting my account get to Mythic quickly. Just like log in and give out some free MMR. The queue times have been long. We have a ton of repeat opponents. It's just been like real medium experience top to finish. Well, I think a big symptom of the deck diversity in this getting to Mythic early is even just a symptom of just like this is I think this is the exact same opponent we just played against, right? Mass conceding cheats your hidden MMR. Listen, I'm all about cheating my hidden MMR, Chip. So that's actually not true, Orgy. Part of the reason we hit Mythic so quickly this season was because we played a bunch of Tarmogoyf decks in Historic that were actually just like super reasonable. Like we didn't try hard to get here. We just like played a bunch of stuff with the new anthology that people wanted to see and just like we oopsed into it. Like, we played Jund, we played Teamer, we played Sultai, and they were, like, all better than not. Alright, let's extract this Heartfire Immolator here. Got me. Golly Toss is definitely a huge problem for our deck. We did bring in the Fateful Absences for that one. I think I would be pro removing Fable of the Mirror Breaker from this format. It definitely feels like it just does too much of too many things. And it kind of just slots into every deck playing a reasonable amount of red mana, right? Like, we'd even be playing it here realistically if we had more than 6 lands that made red. It's just our red spells just mostly off of Unclaimed Territories. It does have, I agree, it's kind of got some Smuggler Copter's energy. Yeah, Expressive Iteration adjacent is a good comparison, I think. That's probably a better comparison than Copter, just because Copter was colorless. Iteration had colors at least. Yeah, it's like a Brainstorm or Expressive Iteration style card for sure. Do this into Lieutenant here, I think. Also, chat, and this, I'm sure this will shock many of you that have been experiencing the quality software that is Magic Arena for many years now. Would you believe that the levels in terms of balance on all of these audio files extracted from Arena vary wildly? Because I I frankly am shocked. Okay, so we get to Aspirant and General here. Hey, Admain, thanks for hanging out for over 5 years. It's been a trip. Maybe the audio bug is that it's all just been really quiet. Maybe. We'll prioritize exiling things they might get back with K-Command here. Small edge case scenario. We'll pump Aspirant on itself, so that way it doesn't die to Stomps or Blood Tithe Harvester as a single point of interaction. It's going to take 2. Hey, what's going on, Rojo? Thanks for re-upping that Prime. Appreciate the 14 months. Okay, so we'll pump the Enforcer, and then we'll pump the Aspirant, and then if they want to double block this, they can. They cannot double block my Enforcer and kill it. Oh, I should have. That's a huge mistake. I was talking and clicking chat. I forgot to draw this. You're gonna get punished for that. Just have more infinite card selection here. Should have a 5/5 to cast next turn, and now we don't. Oh, that's sad. Grab the lieutenant here. Knock him to 1 here. Okay. I can jump block the specialist, and my lieutenant can't attack. So off the board. It's a shame I don't have 1 more land to make a token with this turn. Yikes. So they get to kill my Enforcer and then play a Bone Crusher here. This is the second time in a row we played against this opponent, and they played really well both times. Their deck's also very good. But They've, like, played down to the wire of 1 life twice, see him? And it's like, it's really easy to look at their deck and be like, oh, they've only drawn 5 lands, they're a little bit lucky. But look at this, chat. They've drawn 5 more lands. It's just Fable the Mirror just provides you with this insurmountable amount of card selection. Yeah, this is a great draw. Probably the best in our deck, honestly. Get to kill that, and then we force the Bone Crusher off the table. They do have a blocker coming from this and a creature land, so they're not dead on board currently, but definitely lets us hang on into this game here for a hot second. Okay, so that can kill the moose. And then if this deals with the Brutal Cathar, even if it doesn't, they can trade the reflection. And then Chandra's up to 3 now, so she can kill the next card I draw. Alright, is that lethal? Did we get him with the runner-runner? We got him with the runner-runner. Alright, we get a game 3. I'm happy with how he sideboarded. Let's run it back. This hand is not great, but here we are. It's a keep at 6. What's her name? Rahilda is probably the closest thing we have to Ragavan at home on this platform, right? I'm kind of hoping they play Fable here so we can play this Brutal Cathar out. Sure. Oh! Feeling kind of dead shit, honestly. I think I'm drawing this and just playing a 5/5 out, but like, nothing in our hand is particularly exciting at the moment with the hearse in play. I actually don't have an answer to the hearse in my 75, right? We're not playing Skyclave Apparition or anything like that. I guess we'll Faithful Absence, the Kalitas, then play Extraction Specialist since we're not getting anything out of it. I was looking at this lifelink into play. Maybe they trade the Blood Tithe Harvester for it. Grocer's pretty good. Alright, I think that's enough of queuing into the same red-black player for the day and enough of dealing with audio bugs. So, overall, I actually really kind of liked the red splash in this deck. Heartfire Immolator was genuinely good at a lot of points, especially into a format where you want to kill Rat for a single mana. Being able to put counters on this or make it bigger with these two felt really good. Unfortunately, the initial build-around submission of including Alesha who smiles at death, this card's just much worse than our other 3s, and I think we ultimately ended up with too many 3s in our deck, and I would probably just cut all of these. The red splash into the black-white human shell felt pretty reasonable, though. Archfiend's Vessel and General's Enforcer both felt pretty good. I think this card, both just being a lifelink thing that we could pump up with our varying things, and then occasionally making demons with Extraction Specialist, felt like something that was pretty decent. I don't know how to do it the last 3 slots. Having something to answer Hearse might be fine. Is Kumano worth it here for exile and counter? I don't know. You definitely can't play Bone Crusher Giant Chat. We literally have 6 red sources. You could... Skyclave Apparition is castable, but you'd have to give up Wellspring to play it. I'm not sure that that's necessarily worthwhile. So... I like the court, whatever you want to do with it. Maybe you round out like your 1-drops to like another Charming Prince here. Both of those cards were like fine, seems okay. You could play Commando or something in the sideboard. I mean, Extraction Specialist serves as card advantage similar to what Collecting Company does, right? Is definitely the case. You don't get like 8 pieces of card advantage on top of it. Chat, for the love of God, how many times do I have to say we have 6 red sources? 6, like actual red spells aren't castable, chat. We only cast our humans because we have 8 rainbow lands. Robber the Rich could be okay. Yeah, I could see Robber being decent. That's a card that's castable. This deck would love Kythian. That's a gas card. That's a human and a 1-drop. I really hope they give us the whole full set of Flipwalkers from Origins. All of those are fantastic designs. All right, let's snap some people for a bit, chat.